Chapter 13, The Files. Secondary Stairwell B, Level 2. The stairwell door slammed open with a hydraulic hiss, dumping them into a dimly lit service corridor that felt like a different facility entirely. No sterile white walls here, no humming tech, rough concrete blocks scattered with decades of scratches and dents, overhead fluorescents buzzing faint yellow, flickering like they hadn't been serviced since the Cold War. The air smelled of old paper and machine oil, heavy with dust that swirled in their wake. Dusty filing cabinets lined one wall, some doors hanging crooked, yellow's folders spilling and cracked cardboard boxes onto the concrete floor. Adrian paused, plasma cutter dangling from his grip. The place looked abandoned. Vance didn't break stride, boots echoing sharp as he moved deeper. Archives, oldest section. Predates digital containments. Maya wrinkled her nose at the musty smell. Stepping over a spilled box of faded photographs, "You're telling me you keep real paper records?" Vance stopped at a heavy steel cabinet marked 1930 to 1950 in a peeling stencil. He yanked the drawer open. Metal screeching protest. Inside, rows of thin, brittle folders tied with faded strings, edges yellowed and curling. Dust billowed up, catching fluorescent light like an ancient snowstorm. Yes. "Why not digitize?" Maya asked, leaning closer despite herself. Vance untied a specific folder marked Site X1/NV38 in handwriting Sharpie. His voice was tight. "Some data predates systems we trust." He handed it to Adrian. Adrian flipped it open under a flickering light. They were photographs, not digital crisps. Grainy, black and white. The corners were curled. Developing chemical stains were spotting on the edges. The first image stopped his breath. "That's it," he said. His voice was barely above a whisper. Maya crowded in. 1938. Nevada test site. The structure. Identical smooth curves. Same vein pattern. Jutted halfway from blasted desert sand, surrounded by men in fedoras and heavy wool suits, holding archaic cameras on tripods. One-pointed Geiger counters at the base, needle pinned off the scales. No hazmat suits, no containment, just wide-eyed stares. "Impossible," Maya breathed. Adrian flipped to the next page. 1947. Roswell debris field. Same structure. Partially crushed under a collapsed hillside. Military jeeps are circling the perimeter. Soldiers prodded the surface with bayonets. Faint blue afterglow caught on high-speed film. "There's more," Vance said quietly. 1952. Gobi expedition. Wind-eroded dunes. Structures emerging clean from the fresh landslide. Soviet geologists in fur hats, one kneeling with a notebook, sketching vein patterns frantically. 1961. Mariana approaches. Blurry submarine photo. Structure intact on the ocean floor. Blue veins active. School of deep-sea fish circling it curiously. 1973. Antarctic ice core. Cross-section slide. Structure embedded in a 2-kilometer deep. Predating ice layers by the millennias. Adrian closed the folder slowly, hand shaking slightly. "It's always been here." Vance nodded once. Every dig, every anomaly, same design. Maya grabbed the folder, flipping back to the 1938 Nevada shot. "These people, did they touch it?" Vance's jaw tightened. First recorded sync event. 3 dead. Rest changed. "Change how?" Adrian asked. "Memories," Vance said. "Places that didn't exist. Suns they never saw." 1938 team leader wrote "return" on every surface before his suicide. Maya slammed the folder shut. "And nobody knows?" "Not nobody," Vance corrected, pulling another drawing. "Thicker file. Personnel effects. Very few. Black budgets. Compartmentalized. He handed her a single sheet, yellow memo, top secret, stamped red across. Dr. E. Caldwell, 1938, lead. Suicide note transcribed. They call, not voices, knowing. We left them waiting, must return. Adrian paced in a tight circle. Boots scuffed concrete dust. Why are they hiding it? Vance met his gaze steady. Fear. Of what? Maya pressed. The truth. Vance tapped the structured photo. Humanity didn't evolve here. We arrived, failed before. System waiting for repeat. The facility alarm shifted overhead. Evacuation complete. Levels 8 to 1 sealed. Distant hydraulics hissed, echoed throughout the vents. Adrian stopped pacing. And now? Vance closed the drawers methodically. You woke it early. Maya shoved the memo back into the folder. Great! So the 1938 guy was patient 0? Prototype, Vance corrected. The system evolved. Your sink was clean. Adrian flexed his burned hand. The structure's touch points still tingled. The phantom. Clean? How? Vance grabbed an emergency flashlight from the wall mount, clicking it. Beam cut the dust. Motes were sharp. You remembered without breaking. Maya crossed her arms. Lucky us. Vance moved from the corridor exit. The steel door marked surface access, 800 meters. Not luck. Design. The door opened ahead. Desert wind rushed in, carrying the first pink dawn of light. Beyond, perimeter fence was silhouetted against the rising sun. Abandoned facility vehicles were idling, empty. Adrian grabbed Maya's hand as they stepped towards the light. They knew in 1938. Vance glanced back at the archived doors and closing behind them. Knew enough to bury it. Facility speakers crackled the final message. All personnel evacuated. Facility entering full lockdown. Orbital object trajectory normal. They emerged into the cold dawn air. Structures waiting below. Somewhere. They always had.